Okay guys, so today I'm making a video real quick and I want to talk about a couple things. One thing I'm going to talk about is the world, what's going to happen in the world soon, um, what's the just generally what you can expect to see within about the next year to 6 months. What you're going to see, you're going to see a lot of things change, but you're really going to start to see these these certain things I'm gonna talk about happen, um, and it's gonna be some changes that you may not believe or realize is going to happen. But first, let me show you something real quick. I just got to get this out of the way before I go to try to making a video. Anyway, I just want to get it out of the way. Anyway, I upgraded my Taurus 40 Smith& Wesson. Let me go ahead and do something. I carry this gun. It's in this holster right here. So this is my carry gun. So since it's my carry gun, you see I keep it keeps the trigger safe. And generally when I carry it, I don't carry it uh, with the safety on. I always carry it with the safety off. But let me clear it because I'm gonna be fiddling with this thing and I don't want to get shot. So pull it out. All right, one in the chamber is right there, as you can see. That's a 6-hour elite performance, and bullet's empty. There you go. Anyway, so yeah, I upgraded this thing. I put some new grips on it. You can buy this little grip tape for like $16 on Amazon. I didn't really like the back sight picture too much. The back sight picture right there too much. So I went ahead and upgraded that. Here's the old one right here. I got it right here. Here's my old one. It's just this one right here. It's a little better. It's a little better. It's got better, cleaner sights. If you can see, maybe. Anyway, if you can kind of see it, it gets better sights. Yeah, I upgraded that too, and then I also just polished this barrel to make it look a little more prettier. I just polished it up, and like I said, I put the grips on. It's just grip tape. I didn't put no fancy trigger or nothing like that on it. It's got the standard old trigger that comes with Taurus. And then I also put a cross back plate on it too. You can actually just order these on Amazon, order that rear sight on Amazon. You can order the grip tape. Altogether, you have like maybe $50 and all that stuff. But the bigger things I did is on the inside. Like I said, I just polished the barrel. It's a little more shinier and prettier. But another thing too is, you'll see that in a minute. But let me pull this thing on back. Pull it on back, rack it real good. There we go. And then I gotta pull it back, and we just break it down like a Glock. Then as you let it go forward, you just pull those little things down, and then push this trigger. That slides right off. And as you can see, I put a stainless steel guide rod in it. These are made by Lakeline. Lakeline makes these. But it's supposed to dampen the recoil with the better trigger, with a better rod. But this is 40 Smith& Wesson, so I didn't really tell much of a difference there, guys. I mean, I took it and shot it, and I didn't tell much of a difference there, not personally. And then the other thing I did is, so I put that in there. And another thing I did, if you see right in there, that's called a guide rod sleeve. Well, it's called it's not called, it's a firing pin sleeve guide. And what it does is it guides the thing down in. I put a stainless steel version in there, if you can possibly see that. But anyway, I put a stainless steel version. Here's the old one I took out. Yeah, here's the old one I took out. but the new one's down in there. It's a stainless steel one, so I put a stainless steel down in there from the original, from the factory plastic thing. And like I said, I also put the new guide rod on. So basically, that's basically the upgrades I did to it. But anyway, I upgraded it, and I always carry it without the safety on. I never put the safety on this thing. A lot of people would. Me personally, I don't. Fire and check and make sure the safety works. It works. We're good. And yeah, but like I said, I generally always never carry it with the safety on, and that's for a reason. Whoa, get up, man. Just checking. I kind of racked it hard. Well, it slipped out of my hands. What it did. Anyway, anyway, I was wanting to show you my upgrades on my new upgrades on my little Taurus I did. I know some people kind of get in that stuff. I had to put this in. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's got a bullet in it now. So let's put her back in her holster and keep my finger off the trigger. See, that's where it's got this little thing right up here. That's where you put your finger at. Glocks also have places like you can also put your finger on in places like that. If you keep your finger forward and you don't put it on the trigger, this gun's not going to go off. These guns are drop safe. They're not going to bump these things and make these things go off if you got a quality firearm. That's BS. So, I mean, but my motto is I don't carry it with a safety on. I mean, this doesn't have a safety on it. It's rear LCP. It doesn't have a safety. My Taurus G2C doesn't have a safety, and I got bullets in it. I got bullets in both of those guns, and I'm keeping them pointing that way. And then I got no bullets in this guy, but this is my Springfield Hellcat. No bullets in it. And I carry all 4 of those guns, and they're all facing that way. But like I said, it's really about trigger control. Anyway, but what I was going to say too about the rest of the world, besides, I was just trying to show you real quick my little get up I did, and I actually think it looks really good. It shoots pretty good. I mean, can't really tell the difference in accuracy. Can't really tell much of a difference in reliability, but I can tell it shoots definitely better because it's got this. It doesn't have that harsh, coarse sandpaper on my hip trying to carry it, so that's a good thing. But anyway, what I was going to say though is that in the world you're going to start to see some things happen. And what I mean by things happening is you're going to start to see a lot of crazy stuff going on. You're going to start to see a lot of crazy stuff starting to happen in the world. I mean, just people, they're not going to be having money. They're going to start doing a lot more desperate things. Do you remember back when Obama was in office, how that people were back when Obama was in office? How that they had, how they were basically trying to bum around for gas money, how they were just constantly trying to get a cigarette, how they were just constantly trying to figure out how to get any kind of nickel, penny, and dime that they could, and how everybody was just like, you know, can I figure out how to get a little of this and just a little of that? It's like give a mouse a little bit of cheese, just a little speck of cheese, please, just a little bit of cheese, please. And that's the way it was back then, right? Well, that's the way it's going to be these days. People are going to start doing that. They're going to be out here. Can I get a little speck of cheese? Just a little bit of money, just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit of peanut butter on my cracker, a little bit of just a little bit of peanut butter on my cracker. Can I get a little bit of something, just a little bit of something? And that's how it's going to start to be. That's how it was when Obama was in office, and that's how it's going to start to be again. They're going to start being like, can I get just a little bit of this and just a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that? See, they are going to do that because they don't have anything else to do. They don't know what else to do with themselves. They're like, hey, I'm just going to sit here and try to waste my time and my life, and they're not going to really have no money. They're not going to have anything to show for it. You're going to start seeing people try to pity pinch every way they can. You're going to start seeing people trying to go around and You'll probably try to find, let's say, used lawnmowers, and then when you try to find used lawnmowers, they'll be up through the roof price. You'll start trying to find anything that you can. You're going to go down here to, like, let's say, Restore Habitat, places like that. You're going to go down to Goodwill, places like that. You're going to start seeing the prices that it's going to be so high that you can just go buy brand new off the shelf. And these people get this stuff given to them free, but yet they want to charge me and you the same price when you just go buy it off the shelf. So we got ways to combat that these days. Though, because like you can do stuff like order stuff on Amazon, especially if you become like an Amazon Prime member, you can get this stuff shipped to your house for free. A lot of stuff. So you don't have to sit there and pay these high shipping costs. You don't have to sit there and pay these high dollar bills out for all the shipping costs and everything else. You could just get it shipped to your house free, or in some cases, and in some cases not. I mean, there are some cases where, let's say, your shipping costs are going to be way on up there, and is this be better for you to go over here at Walmart and just buy something down at Walmart? Then again, in some cases, it could be cheaper for you to just go ahead and buying big bulk, and you just go ahead and get all you can handle from Amazon, and you just get all you can handle on Amazon from Amazon, and then they ship it to you free. And in some cases it costs you some money. You want to start getting something like a couch, it's going to start costing you some cash. So the bottom line is that your money is going to start to be, the money's going to start to get dried. It's going to start to run out. People are going to start to run out of cash and everything else, and then they're not going to know what to do. You can also do stuff like order stuff from Temu, stuff like that. You don't have to deal with Walmart. You don't have to deal with down here with Lowe's. You don't have to go down here and deal with Home Depot. You don't have to go down here and deal with these overpriced people. You don't have to go down here to Academy and buy a single box of bullets and stuff like that. You can order bulk bullets online. And if you order this stuff, they'll ship right to your house, and you can be way better off by dealing with that stuff than in other ways. Because really, they're just going to start taking advantage of you and start taking advantage of your niceness. People are going to start taking advantage of you, and really, what we're seeing a big trend of is people overcharging too much money for their stuff they have. They're overcharging this stuff, and the prices are way too high, and they're overcharging, and it's just going to make it so that everybody's just penny pinching. Like I said, it's going to get to the point where it's just a little bit of peanut butter on some crackers, please. It's going to be just give me a little speck of cheese, like a little mouse, please. Anything I can figure out how to bum, cigarettes, a soda, anything like that. That's what it's going to get to be soon, and you're going to start to see that happen within the next 6 months. It's all going to start to happen. And I can tell you another thing's going to start to happen. You're going to start seeing a lot more stuff to do with Jesus type stuff, or find God, find Jesus, and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I put a cross on the back. It's kind of one of the reasons why I put a cross right there on the back of that, because my motto, what I say is, if you ever see this sucker, then the bottom line is, if you don't know Jesus before you see it, you're going to know Jesus after you see it. You're going to meet Jesus after you see it. If you don't know him before you see it, you're going to meet him after you see it. That's the way I feel about it. But anyway, see, the point is that you need to really start. People are going to start to really try to find it and start looking towards Jesus, and they're going to be saying, Jesus this and Jesus that, and Jesus, Jesus, come save me, and so on and so forth. You're going to start seeing a lot of stuff to do with Jesus all of a sudden, and it's going to be coming soon. You're going to start seeing a lot of people talking a lot about stuff to do with, you're going to probably even see these religious cults start popping back up. You're going to start seeing a lot of different things start to happen soon. You're going to start seeing, like I said, penny pinching and everything else, which I always hope that everybody finds Jesus before all this anyway. And I'm glad that everybody starts finding Jesus when all this stuff's going on. Then somehow or another, when times are good, they start somehow or another forgetting them. Well, I wish they would all try to find Jesus before all that stuff ever happened. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with people finding Jesus. It's just when times get hard, it's always, oh my God, the world's coming to an end, and everything's falling apart, and oh my God, let's all get saved. I mean, we're all, it gets to the point where it gets really, really just, I mean, God save us all, and that's what it's going to start to be again. You're going to start to see that happen within the next 6 months. You're also going to start seeing a lot of people with a lot of mechanical car issues too. Now, this is something that's going to start to happen, and people are going to have a lot of mechanical car issues. They're going to start having a lot of issues with their cars. They're going to be maintaining their cars very well. They're not going to be doing the regular oil changes. You see a lot of people out here driving up down the road as fast and hard as they can get it, and they're not going to have the money to replace those cars. And they're going to be in big trouble, and they're going to be losing their jobs, and their cars are going to be falling apart and stuff like that. And within the next 6 months to a year, all this stuff's going to be going on. You're going to be start seeing all this stuff just start to roll downhill. You're going to start seeing people with a lot of flat tires. You're going to start seeing people with a lot of bald tires in their vehicles. You're going to start seeing people with broken down lawnmowers, and there's just going to be a lot of people out here with broken down lawnmowers. They didn't take care of it. They didn't check the oil. And their motto is right now, their mindset is that I've got this credit card, whatever else, and if something goes wrong with the lawnmower, I'll just go replace the lawnmower. Well, now they don't have those credit cards. Those credit cards maxed out. Okay, since everybody's maxed out the credit cards, we hit bottom. All right, because they don't have the money to go and pay out for this kind of crap. So once they've hit that bottom, they've hit that bottom and everything. Then you're going to start seeing all these other kind of things start to happen. You're going to start seeing a lot more domestic violence start to happen. Husband and wife arguing and stuff like that. Men going to jail. A lot more drinking and alcoholism bumping up. You're going to start seeing a lot more drug abuse going on. And all this is going to start to happen. It's all going to start to happen within 6 months. You're going to start watching the things spiral downhill. Everybody's been up on the high. Everybody enjoyed this barbecue while the COVID-19 thing was going on. They enjoyed it, and I told people then, if anybody listened back then, I would say, get a job. You need to get a job. You need to go to work. You need to go down here and do whatever. And people, hey, I was telling people that then. I was like, hey, go get a job. You need to go get a job. Just do what you got to do. Pay your rent. Keep living your life. Don't play this game. I told everybody, don't go down here and take the little experiment, so to speak. The experiment. I kept saying, don't take the experiment. I told everybody, don't be playing this game. Don't fall in their hand. Just go down here and get your job. Go back to work and just let them do what they're gonna do. Well, fast forward to today, we get what we get. All right, everybody back then, people back then was getting their credit cards paid off. Credit cards were getting paid off, everything else. All right, so now everybody's starting to find themselves in financial trouble. The banks are finding themselves in financial trouble. Synchrony Bank is in big trouble now. We've already had Citibank in trouble. Now we've had for a while now. I'm surprised Bank of America hasn't had something major going on with it. But for a while now, Bank of America's had something going on with it. I don't know what it is, but there's some stuff going on with Bank of America. Okay. So then you're going to start to see all these things, all this stuff, everything. It's all going to start to happen within the next 6 months to a year. Within the next 6 months to a year, you're going to start to see all this stuff. You're going to start seeing bank foreclosures, bank mergers. You're going to start seeing bailouts to automotive companies. That's going to start to happen within the next 6 months. You're going to start seeing bank bailouts, it's all going to start to crumble now. The cookie's looking all beautiful and everything else, but now the cookie's going to start to crumble. And once this cookie starts to crumble, the whole world's going to just implode. You're going to watch it all happen. I mean, you're going to watch people's houses need roofs put on them. They're not going to be able to afford to put a roof on their house. You're going to watch people's cars get repossessed out of the driveway. Somebody's going to come up, pulling up with a tow truck, and they're going to take it right out of his driveway. You're going to be watching. I mean, it's already happening now. This stuff is on a light scale, but not like this. I mean, I was right down here by. There's a place down below my house, right down in this area. It's called Easy Way. It's close to me here anyway. It's called Easy Way. And down here in Eastway, they were taking, there was a guy down there, the repo man was taking back 3 cars a day at one point. Whenever COVID hit, he was taking back 3 cars a day. That's going to start to happen now. They're going to start repossessing these cars. They're coming to get your stuff, man. Look, these people ain't going to be playing too much longer. They're coming to get your stuff. All right, it's all going to end now. I mean, you're not going to be driving around in fine fancy cars, going out here to Belk's and places like that, doing your shopping for your clothes and everything else. You're going to be going to Walmart like the rest of everybody else. But look, buddy, I mean, this shit is falling apart. It's rolling downhill at this point. You need to accept, hey, we're getting in bad shape, and you need to understand that the world is falling apart, bud. I mean, and you're either going to be on this side of the fence or you're going to be on that side of the fence. I don't know which side of the fence you're going to be on, but you're going to be on one side of the fence. All right, the middle class is going away. Okay, and a lot of people say, well, we're going to be able to vote Donald Trump in office, and Trump's going to be able to fix it. Trump ain't going to be able to exactly fix this. It's going to take a long time to clean up this. This mess is a big problem, and you know, someday this entire system, if they somehow not have patched together, put together by Humpty Dumpty this time, I guarantee you, when Humpty Dumpty falls off, has a great fall, Humpty Dumpty can't be put back together again. Humpty Dumpty had that great big fall that ain't going to be able to put back together again. It's going to fall one day, and one day when it falls, everybody's going to be getting their ass handed to them. All right, and that's happening right now, pretty much. Now, will they be able to pull it out with stimulus money and bailouts and printing cash and everything else? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, the foreign people from overseas, BRICS and all them, they're looking at the dollar, and they're not really thinking that the dollar is stable anymore. We're having a lot of trouble. Our other countries like Russia and all them, they're not looking at the dollar like it's a very stable country, it's a very stable dollar anymore. There's a lot of problems here. And we've got a lot of more problems than we think we do here in America. Our dollar's falling apart, everything's falling apart. And we need to start getting our stuff together. Look, you need to start realizing you need to save your cash. You need to save your cash, you need to save your dollars, you need to be looking at getting yourself stable financially wise. You need to get your food up, you need to start getting your guns together, you need to start getting everything all together. Because the bottom line is, it's all falling apart. It's going to continue to fall apart, and society's going to continue to decay. And then you're going to have other kind of issues too. You're going to start having, people trying to rob people, everything else. I'm seeing a lot more nut jobs out here on the road. Have you seen how crazy some people are out here on the road? You try to drive halfway semi-normal out here on the road anymore. Have you noticed that? And there's people coming up by yelling, "Get out of the way!" It's like, man. You can't even drive just, let's say, from the speed limit to 5 over. That would be kind of on the normal side. Between the speed limit and 5 over, that would be about the normal side. Somewhere, let's say the Interstate 60, you're running 65. Well, let's say the Interstate 65 and you're running 70. All right. Let's say the Interstate 70 and you're running 75. All right. That'd be sort of more on the normal side. It's 65, you're running 70. That's 72 miles an hour. That's about on the normal side for normal people. But then there's always this crazy son of a bee that's get the hell out of the way and just boom, 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 like this in traffic. Well, this is going to start to happen more. You're going to start to notice this kind of craziness and these kind of people and this and that going on. It's going to start to happen more, and everybody's going to find themselves in bigger, deeper, harder trouble. And you're going to be in bigger, deeper, harder trouble. Everything's going to be in bigger trouble. So the bottom line is, get yourself straight, get your life straight, get everything straight, find Jesus, find God, and just be realizing that it's falling to shit, it's fell to shit, and we're all done. Okay. Anyway, be good at it, and take it easy.